You know, behind every single moment of Disney magic, every cheer, every smile, every story you'll never forget, there's another equally powerful story. It's a story of growth and innovation. And today, we're going to pull back the curtain and dive right into Disney's absolutely incredible 2025 performance.
All right, so let's get into it. Let's see exactly how Disney took pure imagination and turned it into a year of, well, massive economic success. I mean, you see it in the movies, right? You feel it in the parks. That deep connection is the real secret sauce. But what happens when you take all that emotion and put it on a financial report? Well, the results are, honestly, they're just as stunning. Okay, so let's talk numbers. This is where it gets really interesting, not just for investors, but for anyone who loves Disney. Let's see how that magic really translates into performance. So let's start with the big one, the headline number. For fiscal year 2025, Disney's net income was, get this, a staggering $12.4 billion. I mean, that's a huge figure on its own, but to really get how big of a deal this is, you have to see where they were just a year ago. And wow, this chart really tells the whole story, doesn't it? Look at that jump. Compared to last year, profits shot up by 149%. I mean, this isn't just steady growth. This is an absolute explosion. It shows some serious momentum. Now, if you're an investor, this is the number you're really looking at, earnings per share. It jumped 152%. So what does that actually mean? It means the company isn't just making more money. It's getting way better, way more efficient at turning every dollar of revenue into real profit for its shareholders. So the big question is, where is all this money coming from? Well, you just have to look at this chart of operating income, and the company's main engine becomes crystal clear. Now, don't get me wrong, entertainment and sports are doing great, pulling in a solid $7.6 billion combined. But look at that experiences slice. It's the undeniable powerhouse, driving more than half of the company's entire operating profit. It's not even close. That's right, we're talking about the parks, the resorts, the cruise ships. This is the bedrock of Disney's financial success in 2025. This segment alone brought in almost $10 billion in operating profit. Just incredible. So let's zoom in on this engine of experience. I want to dig into the one specific story that really powered these amazing numbers. It's easy to say, the experiences segment is dominant, but what was the secret? What was the actual spark that ignited such a ridiculously profitable year? Well, a huge piece of the puzzle is out on the open water. The launch of the brand new Disney Treasure cruise ship was an absolute game changer. It perfectly captured their strategy of creating these premium, can't-miss experiences that people are willing to pay for. And you can see its impact directly in the numbers, right here. The Treasure drove more passenger cruise days, and when you combine that with higher guest spending across the board, boom, revenues and profits just soared to new heights. Okay, now this is where things get really fascinating. Check this out. The strategy here is so smart. You'll notice that domestic park attendance actually dipped by 1%. But, and this is the key part, it didn't matter one bit. Why? Because the amount of money each guest spent went up by 5%. This shows a deliberate focus on high-value premium experiences over just packing the parks. So after a year like that, a record-breaking year, where do they go from here? Well, believe it or not, the company is already looking way ahead to the next chapter. And this quote really says it all. The plan isn't to just sit back and enjoy the success. They're reinvesting, and they're reinvesting heavily. A planned $9 billion in capital expenditures, that's money spent on building and upgrading stuff, is slated for 2026. That is a massive signal of confidence. It's a clear strategy to double down on what works, on the parts of the business that are most profitable. And we're not just talking about abstract plans for the distant future. This is happening now. The future is already taking shape. We've got 2 more ships, the Disney Destiny and the Disney Adventure, getting ready to launch within the next fiscal year. That's just going to continue the amazing momentum from the cruise line. So when you put it all together, a proven strategy, a clear vision for the future, and this unmatched ability to create magic that also creates serious financial strength, the takeaway is really simple. For Disney, this incredible year, well, it wasn't the end of the story. It was just the beginning of the next chapter.